and good morning. Happy Monday. Happy beginning of a new week and the possibilities for amazing things to happen in your life. I hope that you woke up today with an attitude of gratitude and with joy and just, yes, you're going to work but you're going to serve others and just have that mindset that you're going to do something really great today that's going to help somebody else feel good about themselves, whether it's through just your, like just being there, doing your job well. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Hope you're doing well. So I just wanted to get on today. My name is Leslie Gaudette, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients get a handle on their mental clutter so they're freed up to pursue their dreams and aspirations and turn their visions into their realities. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. So today I just want to talk to you about the perfectionist and how that can really hurt you, your personal growth, your professional growth. I used to be that. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My background, it has always been in law. I've worked as a legal assistant, turning into a paralegal, working for different law firms over the past 30 plus years. And with that came a specific responsibility of doing my job well, always showing up on time, always showing up as professional and doing the job the best of my abilities. And in that process, I became really super hard on myself when things wouldn't go right, when things didn't go the way I wanted them to go, because I was always trying to be in control. Crazy, crazy life for me. And on top of that, it was just really stressful. So that's, for me, perfectionism just really didn't serve me. It made me really stressed out, very short with my family members, with my spouse, with friends, with coworkers. I just wasn't in the right headspace, and perfectionism was just not serving me. So here's some traits for being a perfectionist. You have no room for mistakes. So you don't even allow the smallest error. You don't allow yourself to make the smallest error, because if you do, it's the end of the world. And you start talking to yourself and telling yourself that you're an idiot. What an idiot. You start calling yourself names, horrible, hurtful names. You're a control freak, and how everything that you do has to be done perfectly. It has to be done a certain way. There's no room for others to even have an opinion to help you out. Thank you. Good morning for joining. I should say, good morning. Thank you for joining. Saying things backwards. That's what happens when you live with a Frenchman. So my husband tends to switch his English words. Sometimes they're backwards. I'm sorry, honey. I don't mean to be making fun of you. It's just fun. Anyways, it's all with love. So yeah, you're a control freak, and how everything you do must be done a certain way. Hey there. And if it's not done the way you would like it to be done, that's the end of the world again, because it must be done a certain way. You won't even allow others to even chime in and saying, hey, I see that you're trying to get this done, or you have a project that you're doing. Can I help you out? Do you have any questions? Is there maybe something that I might be able to contribute? You're not willing to do that because you need to be in control. And you're an all or nothing person. So it's either do it well or not do it at all. So there's no room for in between. You're not even going to allow yourself to try something and fail and get back up, dust your pants off, and start over. You're not even going to allow that, because your mindset's already at that place that if I don't do it well, then I'm not going to do it at all. That's not a good place to be. How about this? You're always focused on the end result. Now, being focused on the end result is a good thing. It can be a good thing, but when you're only focused on the end result and you're not looking at all the stuff that goes in between, in other words, you don't care what happens until you get there. You just want to make sure that when you get there, it's done right. Yes, so Ronnie, you're saying it's hard to be a perfectionist, not a healthy way to live. Yes, of course, it's not, because you're always trying to be in control of everything. So getting back to being focused on your end result, you don't have time, you don't allow yourself to see what's going around you, the process. Like, the beauty's in the journey, the beauty is in the process, the power is in the process, because you learn so much about yourself. But if you're not willing to look at all that stuff, you don't care about that stuff. In fact, you say, I don't really give a crap as long as I get to the end result that I envisioned for this. Wow, again, that's just no way to live. And here's another thing. You're hard on yourself if you make one mistake. I mean, just one. You call yourself a loser. You start seeing stuff negative about yourself. You start beating yourself up. You're so hard on yourself. And you know what? I was the type of person like that. I would go to someone, I would say, oh, I made a mistake. And they would say, okay, it's okay. You were able to own up to it. And I had the solution of how to fix it, but I just still beat myself up so much over it because I was such a perfectionist. Because again, another trait is having extremely high standards. It can put you in such a stressed state of mind. And here's something that can fall off of having such a stressed state of mind, having such high standards. You may even start to find yourself procrastinating. You distract yourself from doing something because you are so afraid, you're fearful that you'll make a mistake, that you'd rather not start it until you can figure it all out how first it's supposed to go, so that I can start taking those steps. So then it's going to be done perfectly. Because I'm the perfectionist. I do things right the first time. I don't make mistakes. Not great. How about this? Success is never enough. So this one is really a hard one to swallow. But a lot of people are perfectionists. When they achieve something, it's not enough. In fact, you might achieve a goal and you won't even celebrate that as a win. You're like looking to the next thing. You achieve X, you want double X. You want 2 times that now. You're not even celebrating that was a major accomplishment. No matter how small, accomplishments are accomplishments. Wins are wins, regardless of the size. You should celebrate everything that you do, that you accomplish. But instead of that, as a perfectionist, you are not satisfied. Success just doesn't satisfy you. You find yourself, again, going back to procrastinating a lot of the time because you feel that the moment, anything that you do, it has to be perfect. So again, you can't start something unless you've figured it all out. You've got it written all down. This is how I'm going to do it. Or you've got it figured out up here. This is how it's going to go. Life doesn't work like that, but you still feel that you must be in that control. And then you pick at what you're doing all the time. You're always looking for flaws. You're always looking at the negative side, at the glass half empty, something's going to go wrong. I just know it. You get yourself in that stress state of mind. You feel the pattern here? And then the last thing, which is really horrible, and I stress so much to people, don't do this, but they still do it anyway. Comparison syndrome. You start looking at what other people are doing. You start seeing that maybe they're successful. You don't know that they may have tried something 10 times until they were successful. You just see that whatever that moment, their success, and you start comparing yourself to them. As a perfectionist, you know how you are. You want things to be perfect all the time. Here's a little secret. You are not perfect. You will never be perfect. You were not born perfect. There is no way that you can be perfect. Perfectionism is something that's out of reach. Sorry, I'll never be perfect, and I know that. I'm okay with that. So you have to be okay with not being perfect all of the time, because life doesn't work like that. If it did, well, just take a look around. How would our lives be different? I don't know. Personally, I think if everything was perfect, it might be boring. And so there'd be other issues that would be going through our heads, right? And that's a whole other thing. So again, I've talked to you about the traits of being a perfectionist and how it hurts you, it can hurt your self-growth, your personal and professional growth, because you're not allowing other influences into your life, other activities, other ideas, other people into your world, because you are head down, totally focused. This is all about me. I'm doing it my way or the highway. And that's no way to live. So as you start a new work week, I want you to think about this. Do I fall under this category of being a perfectionist? Do I find that I'm a control freak, that I don't have any room for mistakes, that I'm an all or nothing girl or guy, that if I don't feel I can do it well, that I'm not going to do it at all? So I miss out on something really great, and I always focus on the end result, and I don't give a crap about what happens in the beginning, middle. I only care about what happens at the end, and as long as it's perfect, that's perfect for me. Are you the person who's hard on yourself and you're always calling yourself stupid if you make the smallest, even one little mistake? And then maybe you have extremely high standards and you feel like you must be up here. There's no way, there's no room for you to be down here. No, I won't allow myself. Or success is never enough. Do you feel like you just cannot even for the slightest amazing little thing that you accomplish, you can't celebrate it because you are moving on to the next thing, the next big thing, because success just is never enough. You never feel fulfilled. Or you start procrastinating because you feel like things have to be perfect in order for me to do something. So if it's not perfect yet, so I'm writing it down and figuring it out. If I don't feel it's perfect, I'm not ready to pull the trigger, forget it. And then you start picking at everything you're doing because you're procrastinating. You're picking at it, thinking you're a loser, you're stupid, you're looking at all the flaws, you're looking at the what ifs, you're looking at the world as a glass half empty. And then you get into that comparison syndrome, watching what other people are doing. Look, social media is a fantastic tool for anyone and everyone to connect with other people just for friendships, to connect with other people for business opportunities, learning opportunities, everything. I love social media. And Facebook, yes, although it has its flaws, I still think it's an amazing tool because I can be here live with you, talking to you from the comforts of my own home. The thing is, being on social media, you can look at other people's lives and think, wow, look at them. They're amazing. Wow, they're so successful. But you have no idea what it took to get them there. The many trials, the many errors, the many falls down, like where they fell down and got back up. But they were brave enough to try again. And it could be months that this went on for them. And you're only seeing the end result because that's the type of person that you are. You're focused on the end result. But you're not worried. You don't care about the beginning part and the middle. You don't care. You just care about what you end up with, the end product. Now, looking and focusing to the end result, being focus driven for the end result is okay. But when you don't look at the beginning and you don't look at the middle, you're missing out on so much. And self-growth, like personal growth and professional growth, could be happening during those moments. So again, as I said, comparison syndrome, looking at what other people are doing and thinking that they're so great might put you in a frame of mind of procrastinating on maybe doing something because you're thinking, how could I ever live up to that? Look at them. They're perfect. They're amazing. Because you're in that perfectionist state of mind, it's not going to work for you. Anyone who's been a perfectionist, a recovering perfectionist, it doesn't mean you're always perfect. I use that word lightly, at staying self-aware, but you are self-aware because you'll find yourself maybe going into those traits again, and then you say, oh, step back, stop, what am I doing? I know this doesn't serve me. They become self-aware. Someone who is a recovering perfectionist becomes self-aware of these traits that they've had, and it's a work in progress. Listen, I'm not perfect. I sometimes have issues where I look at it and it's like, oh, I'm not doing this right. But then I realize, okay, the beauty is in the journey and learning about myself and growing so that I can be better, so I can do the best that I can and serve you better. So don't compare yourself to others because that's their journey. You don't know what it took to get them there. This is your journey, and you should relish every moment of it, the good and the bad. It's going to really shape you to be this amazing person, I promise you. I hope this was helpful for you today. If you are a perfectionist, maybe you need to take some notes and about yourself, write it down, maybe think about it, talk to yourself, like really have that conversation with yourself. Think about, what am I doing with my life and why can I not allow myself to live and enjoy. Because we only have, when you hear the word that we only, the words, we only have one life to live, we only have one life to live. It's the truth. So how are you going to live your life? Are you going to allow yourself to experience every moment? Again, because I say the beauty is in the journey. So you have to allow yourself that. So I hope this was helpful for you. If this is a path that you're on, maybe you need to take stock and rethink what you're doing with your life and help yourself get out of this, this whole lifestyle of yours of trying to be a perfectionist. If you know of somebody who needs to hear this, that you know that is following this path, please share this video. And if you're local to Vegas, I would love to see you this Thursday evening, July 25th at 6:30 p.m. at the West Elm Summerlin. I am hosting a workshop on breaking the cycle where you'll change the patterns of your triggers, responses, and rewards. Yes, perfectionism, it goes hand in hand with that. So if you are local and would love to, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. All it costs you is your time to come and listen and learn how to work through your triggers so that your reactions, responses take you down the road to triumphs and successes rather than to guilt, shame, and regret. I'd love to see you there. So I will be posting in a few minutes the link so you can register. And as again, I would love to see you there. As I said, it doesn't cost you anything. The only thing I would ask you is if you don't go, why won't you go? Are you not worth it? And the second thing is, if you don't go, what will it cost you? Will you continue down this road of trying to always be a perfectionist, always trying to do everything right the first time, and not allowing yourself to have real personal and professional growth? Thank you so much for watching live. Thank you so much for listening back. My name is Leslie Gadet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients get a handle on their mental clutter so that they're freed up to pursue their dreams and aspirations and turn their visions for their lives into their realities. I hope you have a great Monday. Go out and make it count. Talk to you soon. Bye.